Hello, folks. John Nigerian here, solo yet again, because an awful lot of you and our team are taking some well earned few days off. But Jared and I are here to bring you the Rebel's Edge and a little bit of a recovery after a 2% sell off virtually across the board. Little bit of a recovery. We'll have the stocks that are moving at midday right after this. Bang! Well, John Nigerian here. And as I said, Pete and Justin are enjoying their time in Hawaii. I'm sure Justin is trying to convince Pete to move there. And who knows, he might. It's one of his favorite places on earth, Pete, that is. I suspect Justin likes it pretty much as well. The only bad thing about it is, folks, you start your day super early. As in, it's bad enough in San Francisco to start at 6:30 in the morning because that's 9:30 East Coast time. Imagine if you had to start trading at 4:30 in the morning like you do over in Hawaii. The good news, you're done at 1. No, what am I saying? You're done at 11. So again, that wouldn't be so bad, would it? All right. Let's stop feeling sorry for John and cover some of these stocks, because we actually do have a pretty active day, more than many of us expected, because natural gas having this gigantic move today. Biggest jump in over 2 years, my friends. Traders are both anticipating colder temperatures across the US and Europe. That means, of course, drawdowns, people needing to heat their homes, and many of us across the country and Europe do that with natural gas. Well, it will be drawn down, and we were already below 75% on some of those reserves. So what does that mean? Well, the front month February contract for natural gas moving up by over 22%. That's a big one, folks. And as Pete likes to say, the contract, when it gets down there so cheap, which it had been when it was down there, closing in on 2 again, it is nowhere near that now because it has made such a monstrous move. I would say keep your eye on EQT. I would say also CRK, Comstock Resources, CRK. That one is up double digits as well. And then you probably want to take a look at UNG. These are all symbols that would be reacting positively to that drawdown in natural gas. And as you know, and as we like to emphasize all the time, supply and demand still work. So if you have more demand with the same supply, prices are going up. And that is exactly what we're seeing here today. Germany, France, and the UK are expecting lower temperatures, perhaps below 0 Celsius. That's 32 for those of us in Fahrenheit. So it's not icy cold, but it's cold enough that you'd probably like your house to feel a little warmer than that. And that's why we're seeing those significant drawdowns in those reserves. And they are indeed already below 75%. All right, another one to keep your eye on today, MESO or MESO, MESO. You choose how to pronounce it. I'll tell you that it's making a huge double digit, as much as 22% jump today. It's a healthcare company, and there are many healthcare companies that are seeing big moves. Why is that? Well, many of them have approvals that are due before the FDA. That's one reason. Another, you might recall that every year we kick off with the JP Morgan Healthcare Conference. And this was one of the biggest conferences of the year every year. And it happens to come right in the first couple weeks of the year. So these guys, they're biotherapeutic, and they would be one of the many companies that would be in your crosshairs if you're somebody following healthcare and so forth into this potential FDA approval times, or at least FDA rulings of various types of phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 trials, and then that JP Morgan healthcare conference. Third today, take a look at Archer Aviation, ACHR. This one has been absolutely on fire. So is it surprising that we see it pulling back? No, it is not surprising at all. That is kind of what you expect after nearly a 260% move since November, because that's what has happened. Since early November, this stock is up 260%. So to see a pullback of the shares, perhaps a double-digit pullback today, not so much scary as it is somewhat expected. You just don't know when, sort of like snowfall. Never know when it's coming or how many inches you're going to get. So this blistering rally for ACHR, they're, of course, vertical takeoff and landing, or VTOL, and they have a number of approvals, FAA certifications and so forth, trials over in Dubai, a whole bunch of reasons that could justify that 260% move to the upside since early November. But nonetheless, trees don't grow to the sky, folks. You do have pullbacks. This is one of them. Is it enough to get me excited to come back in? If there was unusual activity today, I would. I don't see it yet, but if I do get it, that would be an excuse or a reason for me to jump in. All right. The fourth stock that I'll cover today is another one that had a spectacular last, let's say, week or 10 days, and that is Rumble, RUM. And you recall that Tether, USDC, Tether, which is, of course, a cryptocurrency, put a $775 million investment into Rumble. Rumble is, of course, that competitor to YouTube, Google's YouTube. And with Google's YouTube demonetizing people and in some cases kicking them off the platform for things that were said on their platform, well, Rumble says, hey, we're about free speech. We're like Elon Musk over with Twitter. So they would be one of the alternatives. And obviously, the people at Tether figured that out as well. That's why they put up that significant investment. And it should be enough to really drive Rumble to the upside. But they are not the only company embracing crypto, whether it's MicroStrategy, Marathon Digital, MARA, Hut8, HUT, or some of these even in the science space, like KULR technology and so forth. There are many of these that are seeing indeed some, I don't want to call it a huge catalyst, but certainly the belief that their involvement in one of the hottest sectors since the election, which would be, of course, crypto and digital assets, that is one of the reasons that these stocks are seeing such moves over the past, well, let's call it now 5 weeks since the election. All right, that's going to do it for us, folks. We certainly appreciate you joining us. As always, I would say that little bug in the lower right-hand corner of your screen, that little bug will take you to Market Rebellion's Rebelcon out in Vegas. So by all means, scan that little QR code and you could be joining us in Vegas. If you choose to, you could join us for all 3 days. The first 2 days are with Grant Cardone at 10X GrowthCon. And the final day, the third day, is us along with Grant and a whole bunch of special guests at Rebelcon 2025. That's at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, Nevada. That is just the 22nd. That is a one-day event, March 22nd. But as I said, if you'd like to hit 10X, as Grant likes to do it, 10X GrowthCon, well, that will be going on March 20th and 21st. And then we are taking over on the 22nd. That's going to do it for us today, folks. Thank you for joining me for this abbreviated Rebel's Edge. And we hope to be back very soon with the whole team here on Market Rebellion Television. Thank you.